That's it.
That's where it came from.
Yeah, that's it. There's no fancy or deep explanation. It's not emotional. It's just, I love that movie.
So this is an interview for To Go. We released our first EP, what, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago?
Yeah, 3 or 4 weeks, maybe just a month, just to call it simple, but yeah, not a month of pressure.
Awesome. So I wrote down some questions, just kind of to relive some of the process.
Okay.
Just have it documented, just for it to be fun.
They're not really in any particular order, but these are just in the order that I wrote them. What does Two of Hearts mean to you as a completed project?
Well, for me, I think the coolest, like the first thing that comes to mind is like a music project with my friend. Like I haven't really gotten to do that with other people. Like created like a full project. Like, that's just like you and me. Like that's pretty cool. So to me, it means like I don't know, like friendship, unity.
Yeah.
Creative minds coming together.
Right on.
I think so.
Awesome.
So what inspired some of these songs?
I'm always writing. Like, it's just kind of something I always do throughout my day, even if I have a free moment. I just scribble something down. But like, I think that people that listen to it could gauge a sense of the meaning if they actually like just really listen to like the words. Because like Jane Doe, for example, is this kind of anthem that I was feeling, where it's like, you know, I felt rejected by women that I was pursuing. You know, and you know, I'm not trying to inflate my sense of ego or anything, but like I would have liked them to have given me like a shot, you know, and the fact that they didn't, it just kind of impacted me to where again I wanted to write out my feelings, and so I did, you know. And then with Caribou, again, it was the companion piece of I don't want to just seem like this angsty teenager who's just making, you know, upsetting music. I wanted there to be this companion piece to it that was also uplifting in the sense that like, look, well, while love is not a part of my life right now, it very much can be, and it has been previously, and so I wanted to draw on those experiences as well. And so both were really emotionally driven for me and what I was feeling and also what I wanted to feel at the time. Sure.
How do you hope listeners will connect with this project?
I mean, like, to have like 1,000-foot view of it, like as dramatic as this sounds, I mean this sincerely. I hope anyone that listens to anything we make, or this project in particular, I hope that when they listen to it, they think, oh, I could do that too. I wanted to inspire them, not to maybe make music that's, you know, like this, you know, they can make whatever they want, but I want someone to be like, oh, like anyone could do it. You know, let's just start. So yeah, I'd hope it inspired people to be creative.
So how did people react when you first released the project?
Well, for me, it was almost mostly positive, and there was a lot of surprise to it too, because like I don't like to like share every little detail about like my life, and so like I didn't tell anyone that I was doing this with you. I didn't tell people that I was making music or that I was trying to make music or that I was writing lyrics. So like when we just released it, that was to everyone. That was new to my mom, to my friends, to whoever decided to click on the link. And so for me, there was a lot of, this not only sounds good, but I didn't know you had that bone in you, which I didn't know I did either. So
I'm glad you worked it.
Yeah, well, no, I'm glad that you like saw the potential too. It was like, no, let's go. So yeah, it was a lot of congrats, good job, and surprise as well. Overall for the project, what was the hardest part about the entire project?
I think finding the time,
Yeah.
like, because we had gotten together, I think, 2 or 3 weeks in a row?
Yeah.
And then we kind of went on a little stint of, like, not meeting up.
Yep.
And then you came to me and said, like, hey, let's do a crash session where, we go hard in the paint for 48 hours.
Yeah.
And you had come over and, like, I remember I was in the funk. Like, I could not, like, record the lyricism for the life of me. And then we, like, went out to the horse park, and then we got some recording there, and then we came back, and it still wasn't feeling right.
Yeah.
We started recording again. I guess that was kind of hard, too.
Yeah.
Aside from the time, like, I guess just having the confidence.
Yeah.
I think that was pretty hard.
Well, I mean, for myself, like, that to me was a huge factor. But you're right. Like, even just logistically, we were getting together for a couple hours once a week, and we decided to go hard on the paint. Went too hard on the paint.
Yeah.
But it was still, that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. What's something unexpected that happened during the creative process?
I think kind of the way the project turned out as like a whole, because like when we were putting it together, of course, like it's weird because like I don't know, like I feel like when you're there laying a brick by brick, and you're like there like when I'm at the audio station, like putting the sound together and like I'm recording, like when you put it together brick by brick, you don't really see the entire structure until you're done and you like step back a little bit. So like I feel like when I was in there like doing it, and we were like talking about like what's gonna work and what's not gonna work, and then by the time it was done and you published it, and I was like, whoa, like this is interesting. It didn't really take me aback when we first like finished it. Like when I played that second song for you, and like we were done, I was like, okay, like it's done.
Pretty good. So that's it. Both the tracks are now done.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now I gotta send it to you, and then.
Then we gotta do the cover.
Yeah.
And then upload.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah.
But then, like, when it actually, like, you put the art, and then, like, when I saw it actually on, like, the page, on the Far Out Podcast page, I was like, okay, yeah, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
What were some, I guess you already asked me this, but for you, what were some challenges or breakthroughs in the recording process?
I mean, like for recording specifically, it was definitely, for me, it was the idea of getting behind the mic. Because like when I was, in my mind, when I was making this with you, I thought you were going to do all the legwork locally. I didn't think I would be any part of that because I like hiding behind the pen, but then again, as I've said as well, like when I wrote, nothing was off limits. And when I realized when we were creating, nothing was off limits too. And so it was a challenge for me to just get mentally prepared to like do that, because I don't think my voice sounds good singing, but like hearing it in the final mix that you presented, I was like, this is good too. But like what's funny though is like for the whole process, one thing that I remember being really difficult that I didn't imagine would be was finding the title for Caribou.
Oh yeah.
I remember that came really late in the game.
Yeah, I think you might have texted to me.
Yeah. I remember it was after we had mixed everything together, gotten the Foley from the coffee shop, and then I texted you saying, I think it should be called Caribou because that Foley was recorded from a Caribou coffee shop. And that was the only reason why I thought of that. But that part to me was unexpected.
Yeah.
Okay. What's one word you would use to describe Two of Hearts?
Inception, maybe?
Oh, that's great.
Because for me, like, once it was done, like, I felt like it was like the shoe print on the moon. Like, it was the first step. Like, I feel like this is a very, like, something that has a lot of potential that just is just now being created.
That's awesome.
What strategies worked when overcoming some roadblocks?
I mean, literally getting up out of the room that we were in, like going for a walk, even just around your place, because we did it all. You have a makeshift studio set up, and that's in what's like effectively a guest room, I think.
Yeah.
And just getting out of that room, going into your kitchen, going into the living room. We constantly had TV on in the background. There was always The Office or Parks and Rec on, and so there were times I would get out, watch a joke, or listen to a joke, and I'd go back in. Also, just listening to music as well, like just trying to explore different genres. I'd be like, I really like this song I'm listening to. Why do I like it? Well, I like it because of this sound. Okay, what could represent this sound in Two of Hearts? Then I get back into it. So yeah, it was either listening to something or just changing my sense of scenery, I'd say, in the moment.
What part of the recording process was your favorite?
Oh, I mean, there were a lot. I mean, part of it, like, I just really enjoyed the physical legwork required because, like, I just like the idea of creating something. Like, everyone listens to music. Not everyone will make music, and so to be part of that semi-exclusive club that was creating that to me was a real treat. But like to answer more directly, I mean, I really enjoyed the breakthrough that we had with Jane Doe. Like, I don't remember the exact point, but I do remember there was a point where we were really kind of chewing on the chorus because the sound came first. Like, you had chords and the melody kind of ironed out, and I was like, this is really happening. And then we got up to where I wrote lyrically, and then we were thinking about what the chorus could be, and then we came up with it. And I think you and I both kind of had this moment of like, whoa, like the dam just got broke, and then it just kept going from there. And so kind of our first creative breakthrough to where we overcame an obstacle together, that to me was really cool.
What did you learn, or what's something that struck you as interesting that most people wouldn't know unless they recorded music?
There's so many aspects to that question too. Really, a lot of it surprised me. I mean, like, I didn't realize how much thought went into even the smallest of details. Like, I'm pretty sure you and I did multiple takes on recording the lyrics because like our breathing patterns were different through like each take.
That's right. Yeah, some
like,
of the parts that were like where we're singing together.
Yeah, and it's like you don't think about that till you actually have to do it because it's like, oh, you think, oh, I'll write it, then we'll record it, then we'll mix it, then we'll put it out, and it's like, no, it's like, okay, make sure you breathe after the vowel. You know, it's like it's stuff like that. So like there were little idiosyncrasies like that. And then even just when we were recording the drums, like hitting a cymbal harder versus softer, faster versus slower, like little things like that. The amount of thought that went into each little thing was really revealing, but also it made the project more fun.
How did you come up with the titles? Start with Jane Doe because we already talked about Caribou.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, again, for Caribou, it came from the Foley that had to do with the coffee shop it was recorded, and for Jane Doe, it really was just that's kind of the signature line that I think just gets repeated. So as cliche as it sounds, it's just like, oh, these words are said a whole lot. That's the title. But like, I remember when I thought of the first rhyming scheme for Jane Doe, like, I guess there's nowhere left to go. You're just another Jane Doe. I think those are the lyrics. I should know, but I don't. But like, kind of when that first rhyme happened, I was like, oh, there's a snap to that. And so yeah, for Jane Doe, it was really more or less just the fun rhyme, and then Caribou again with the coffee shop. What advice would you give someone who wants to make music?
Practice first, and then once you're comfortable, just play.
Yeah.
And then if you feel so inclined, record. Like, I feel like making music doesn't come from like the motivation is different. Like the motivation is the fact that you're doing it. It's not in order to reach an end point. Much like dancing, you don't dance to reach that end point on the floor. You do it for the sake of doing it.
That's cool. I like that. That's a good analogy.
So, yeah, practice, and then just play.
Yeah, that's cool.
How many coffees did you order, and how many did you drink from the Caribou?
So, over the course of getting take after take, I'd say it was probably 5 total, and I definitely drank all of them because recording that fully happened over a couple of days. Because the first day I went to 2 coffee shops, the audio didn't work, and then the second time I went back, I think I drank 2 more because I went to each one more. And then finally that Caribou one ended up working the best. Yeah, but then I think probably at some point I ended up just getting another one for myself just because I was really in the zone. And maybe I got it as like a celebration, like, oh, that was a good take. I know it was. I'll take one more, please. So yeah, probably 5 coffees over 4 trips in 2 or 3 days, I'd say.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because, when you sent them to me, you only sent me like 3 takes.
Yeah, well, there were some that were just awful because I was putting the phone in my pocket to record and it would get all scratchy. And I thought, like, you could mix and decipher the audio if you want to, but I was like, it sounded just like like you're recording wind, you know. And I was like, he can't work with this, and so I would just delete it. So yeah, it took more than one attempt, I'd say. All right, what does Caribou mean to you?
I don't even remember the lines to Caribou. Let me think here. Well, okay, I remember my part.
Yeah.
So, I guess, do you want me to touch on that part?
Sure.
So, the second part of Caribou I had written after seeing an ER patient who was very battered. And the lines are, one cup of coffee, another one on my mind. I don't like the flavor, but I'll drink the rest of my life. It was inspired from the idea that, like, she's obviously, like, in a bad situation, but, like, she's not going to leave. Like, I'm sure she's been told many times, like, she should leave, she should find someone else. She's like, you know, like, she doesn't like the flavor, probably, but she's going to keep being there the rest of her life. So I think that has a very different meaning than the first part, because you had written the first part.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the lyrics as well, but I can't.
I know. It's so funny being like a music creator. Like, like I've got a lot of songs that I've created, but I couldn't play another one.
Pardon me while I take a moment to catch my breath.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Sorry, I'm not used to this. Forgive my lack of confidence. Sometimes I swear this doesn't. No, I'm getting ahead of myself. But that's the kind of the start.
You know, what's kind of funny is I didn't really think a whole lot of deeply in terms of the first verse. I think for me, it's like, yeah, the lack of confidence is I'm the breadwinner of that kind of section, because it's like kind of coming out of the shell.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Where did the name To Go come from?
So I've been waiting for someone to ask me this, especially you, but like just anyone in general. This is the true honest source. There's no fancy background knowledge to it.
Because we went over a few different names.
We did, and I really enjoyed the names, and maybe those will come up sometime in the future with the project. But like, no, the name To Go. Have you seen the SpongeBob SquarePants movie?
Oh my gosh, the license plate.
The license plate on the Pattymobile.
Yeah.
Says To Go. That's it. That's it.
That's where it came from.
Yeah, that's it. There's no fancy or deep explanation. It's not emotional. It's just, I love that movie. I really just like SpongeBob, and for whatever reason, as a kid, I thought it's so funny that they gave it a custom license plate. And so To Go came from the SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
That's hilarious. I thought it was just, all right, what are we gonna do? It two guys, and like, because I remember you were like, dude, let's just make music. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And I thought like it was just the initiative, like To Go. Like
that's a much better answer. We should go with that. You know, if we ever get asked this again.
What inspired the artwork?
With the two tracks, I wanted them to be companion pieces. Jane Doe and Caribou are both sides of, again, the same coin. But for me, they're representing two mindsets of really the heart and kind of what the heart can go through with relationships and emotions. And so it really was just, there's two tracks that has to do with the heart. You know, something two of hearts. And I thought, well, that's a playing card. That could be cool. And I just like games like poker and roulette and stuff like that. But then also, like, I remember at one point you and I were working on graphics, and you had presented the idea of doing kind of something that was black and white, separated. Half of the image would be black, half would be white. And I thought, I'm going to work with that color scheme. And so that's why, at least for me, that's why in the artwork, it's a white skeleton hand. Because I thought, what's a white hand? Oh, it's a skeleton against a black background.
Okay.
What was your favorite thing to eat or drink while you were creating?
Oh, the C4s.
Oh, yeah.
And the only reason is because I remember, like, we were drowning. Like, we were just ready to go to sleep. Like, I was done. And I needed an energy drink, and I wasn't going to make coffee.
Right.
And I was like, oh, yeah, you know what? Casey's down the road got C4s.
Yeah.
And I remember warning you. I was like, just you know, take it easy because they make you kind of itchy.
Yeah.
And I don't remember, like, we must have bought them and come back and you're like, all right, let's get itchy. So that was probably my favorite.
Let's get itchy. Yeah, I remember. They do make you feel tingly. They wake you up.
What's next?
I mean, as I've said throughout many answers, I'm always writing, and I have ideas that I think could exist in one container of a project, whether that's its own EP, its own album, what have you. I have other ideas that could exist in an entirely different project, and then I just have like this mental junk drawer of stuff. Could be this, could be that, but like I want to keep going. I want to keep making stuff, whether that's another EP, another album, what have you. But like, more songs are definitely coming. In what container that exists in, I'm not fully sure. But like, sky's the limit on that too. What's next in your eyes?
Okay, yeah, that's a little bit better.
For Chico. Think of anything, man?
I don't know yet because I know you've come to me with a few ideas.
Yep.
We tried them. I think we have one sort of halfway in the pocket. I didn't record anything, but
Yeah.
I remember like getting the concept down and you showing me what it was.
Yeah.
So I guess what's next would be working on that next project.
I can't wait.
Yeah. You have anything else to add before we finish this?
I mean, just if anyone wants to ever do something like this, they just gotta start. They just gotta try it. As you said, just practice. So anyone could do it. You just gotta get in the right mindset yourself, and then find a good friend, a good companion to do it with, and just work together and go make something.
Let's toast to that.
Yeah.